Hello, Cindy here. Okay, I'm back. Take three. All right. So, Cindy Olin with Create Your Luck and Love. Today, I am talking about texting mistakes that turn him off. Um, 5 of them to be exact. So, I want to stay clear and concise. And I'm so excited to be here with you today because texting is the most used form of communication, even though it's not my favorite. It's used all the time. And, if you think about it, way back in the 1900s or for every war, women and men have been using the written word to communicate. So it is a beautiful thing. It's just, especially when it comes to texting, we can oftentimes miscommunicate and turn men off from the way that we text. So here's the first one. The first one is you are texting too formally, too much in a way that may not even be the way that you speak. Likely it isn't. So you might be saying, he may be saying, oh, I go to this fundraiser every year that, helps the children that are, underprivileged or something like that. Don't go, just some sort of fundraiser, let's say. Oh, that would be a lovely event to attend. So if you text that, it sounds very stiff and formal, and it can be off-putting. However, if you, as an alternative, you could say, oh, wow, that sounds like a really interesting event to go to. What makes you decide to go to that event? So I'm going to get back to how I just framed that later, but it's very inviting. And it's just switching the words around just ever so slightly. So the next one is being too factual, which is similar to the formality thing. So if maybe you're messaging somebody you swiped right on and they ask you a question, maybe even if he asks you questions that aren't what I would say super interesting, you get to create a little bit of fun and interest in the conversation because it oftentimes sparks him. So instead of saying, well, what do you do for work? You could say, what excites you the most about the work that you do? What do you love about your job? Why did you choose that career path, and what are you most passionate about when it comes to that? So you're creating an engagement question rather than, he says, well, I'm an engineer and that's it. So it doesn't actually invoke a thought process, and it doesn't invoke really any sort of interest, and the point is through text messaging, I really think, is to create a little bit of fun connection as well as get off the app and see each other face to face. So, flirtation, sometimes sexting, but it's all about positioning, right? Flirtation, connection, those are the reasons. And, I'm here, point A to point B. Those are the reasons for texting. So the next one is TMI, too much information. So he might say, what are you up to today? And maybe you've got a lot of things going on. Maybe you're, I'm going to meet my mom for lunch, and then I'm going to the mall to return this dress, and then I'm going to get another one. You see what I'm saying, right? And then I'm going to go meet my girlfriend, Susie, whom I haven't seen for a long time, and we're going to catch up because she just got engaged. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's too much information. So saying something along the lines of, gosh, I've got a a great, I've got a lot of fun stuff planned today and throughout the evening, or, I've got a lot of fun stuff planned. What about you? So you want to keep it good and precise and also engaging, right? So he answered you. You don't just want to say, oh, I've got a lot of, really fun things I'm doing. Have a great day. He's going to look at it and go, I don't know where to go with that. Sometimes men will go, oh, okay, well, I'm going golfing this afternoon. Chat with you later. They might do that, but they might not. So you definitely want to create an engaging text. Also, here's another thing you want to do when texting. If you're in a texting conversation, you want to end the text first. So you want to say, oh, maybe he asks you another question or something. You want to end that text first. You don't necessarily just want to drop off. You want to say, oh, and you don't need to text forever and ever. You want to cut it off before he cuts it off. So you want to say like, oh, you know what? More on that later. I'm about to head out for lunch, or I'm about to head out to, to run some errands. Chat later. So you see, it actually, it creates a little bit of intrigue. It's also not rude. And the next thing is, you guys, you just want to make sure that you're messaging in a way that is more like you, and you're creating a little bit of connection. You're being playful, right? So just remember, something that creates engagement. So the next one, and this is a really big one, is being negative. So venting over text. For example, maybe you've had a really bad day at work and you're venting to him, gosh, I can't stand my job. I really, can't stand this woman in my office. She's da 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 da. I really want to quit, whatever it is. Save that venting for a conversation and not through text, because when you vent or say negative things through text messaging, it pushes people away. People don't necessarily, it's more of what I call a victim conversation instead of, empowering. And a high value man isn't going to want a woman that is being negative and bitching and complaining. However, we all have bad days. We all need to vent from time to time. There's ways to vent so that you can get support and be heard. So you can just say, oh, gosh, I don't really love to complain, but I would love, do you mind if I just vent about this day that I had? Oh, thank you. So he will hold space for you and listen, right? But you don't want to do that over text messaging because, again, the written word is very flat and non-emotive. So we don't always know how to take it. Hope that makes sense. The next one is a needy text. Well, gosh, I don't ever hear from you anymore through messaging. I don't ever hear any text messages from you anymore during the day. That's really needy. And it also, or, even saying something like, gosh, we don't really talk that often anymore. I really think we do need to talk about X. You don't want to say any of that, especially via text, because then he's not going to really want to talk to you, and he may or may not respond, but it's off-putting. So text messages that are more connective, you know, hey, I just saw that this trailer for that movie that we talked about last week made me think of you. Boom. So that's more connective. That's more inviting. So you just want to make sure that your texts are in a positive connotation. You don't want to get a negative point across or something that is bothering you out over text. I hope this helps. I'm sending you guys so much love. Please, please, please share this. This was take 3. A little bit of craziness going on over here today. Please share this with a woman that you feel needs to hear this. And yesterday's also was really helpful around text messaging. Again, if you like this video, like it. Let me know if you have any text messaging challenges and something that you've experienced. I would love to hear it in the comments. I'll reply to every single one of them. Not to mention, your comments will help other women that I'm sure have some of the same concerns as you. So thank you again. If you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, that helps me, and subscribe over to the side. If you're on IGTV, hello, good to see you. Sending you guys so much love, and I will see you soon. Bye.